This guy wide open.
Huh?
I forgot his. I remember said why you all fired up. I forgot it's about what 2 o'clock over there.
Almost 2 in the afternoon now. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. Actually, I'm fired up because Quran and just going over the book of Allah, man, got me going, man. Anyway, yesterday we began Surah At-Takwir, and we covered the first 13 ayat where Allah Azza wa Jal talks about what's going to happen on the Day of Judgment. These things that are going to happen when the mountains are turned to dust and the sky is snatched away and people are resurrected, the souls are rejoined with their bodies and people are gathered with their like types, right? All of that. Hellfire will be set, kindled and begin burning for us, as well as Jannah brought close. He says, Alimat nafsum ma ahdarat. Alimat from alima ya'lamu, to know. And since nafs is a feminine word, then we have the feminine verb there, alimat. Then the soul will know ma ahdarat. Soul will know what? Ahdara. Ahdara from ha-dad ra. Here means ahdar, meaning to bring. What it brought, right? What the soul brought. The soul will know what it has done, what it has brought for the Day of Judgment. Then he says, فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالْخُنَّاسِ. Right? Fa, and this lam here is not a negation. Let me see what particle they're giving it here. 1 second here. The la here. When it says la uqsimu, it does not mean that he is not swearing by Allah, by al-khunnas, but it is as if it's an emphasis that he is swearing by al-khunnas, even though the word la. Let me see what it says here. He's making me go to a whole nother surah. Whole nother book I don't have in front of me. Anyway, the la here is not a la of I am not swearing, but rather it is I am swearing, or I swear. Right? Uqsimu from qaf sin ma. Like we say waw al-qasam. Waw al-qasam, the waw of swearing or taking an oath. Fala uqsimu bil khunnas. This la here means that it is not a negation. We don't want to, even many Arabs might misunderstand that, right? He is swearing by al-khunnas. Al-khunnas, we had a word similar to this. We said, min sharril waswasil khunnas. Right here, khunnas, without the alif. Right? Here without the alif. Khunnas means those who, waswasil khunnas, the one who he withdraws. When you remember Allah, he goes away. Here, it withdraws. These are talking about the planets. Al-khunnas are those planets which, when the sun comes out, they go away. Right? The sun comes out, you're not able to see them. They move and they go away. فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالْخُنَّاسِ. This is swearing by the movement of the planets. وَالْجَوَارِ الْكُنَّاسِ. Al-Jawar al-Kunnas. Al-Jawar are the stars. The plural is Jariya. It means not necessarily star, but heavenly body. Right? Jariya, Jawari. Right? Jawari. But this ya is dropped, as we will see inside of the i'rab. Jawari, Jariya. Right? The stars, kunnas. From kaf, noon, seen. Again, like khunnas, but here they just disappear. Not that they go away, but they disappear. Just like when the sun comes out, the stars disappear. While the planets, they move. The planets, they move. So they go away and disappear. Whereas the stars, they're in their place. The North Star, these stars are basically in their place, and they go away when the sun comes out. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا عَسْعَسْ وَاللَّيْلِ, and by the night, إِذَا عَسْعَسْ, when it as'as. As'as is from ayn sin, right? And it has two opposite meanings. Meaning either when the night enters and becomes dark, or when the night is going away. So it could mean when the night enters and it becomes dark, or it could mean, right, when the night is going away, turning into the daytime. So which one is it here? Number one, the Salaf disagreed over which one it is, right? But as Ibn Kathir rahimahullah points out in his tafsir, the likelihood of this being when the night enters and becomes dark is more likely. Why? Because the next ayah says, وَالصُّبْحِ إِذَا تَنَفَّسْ, and the subh, in the morning, إِذَا تَنَفَّسْ. Tanaffas is to breathe. And we said that the night is pulled over the day like a covering. And so, imagine the night is pulled over the day like a cover, and now the night is going away. Now the day, it can breathe. So when the day comes forth and shines, as if it can breathe, because it's been covered all night. This is a description that's given to us, right? This is a description. So as here, Ibn Kathir says, is to when the night comes in. Why? Because this ayah here is talking about the morning coming in. So this ayah, if we're talking about when the night goes away, it's also talking about when the morning comes in. So it would be like they are the same sentence. And many times in the Quran, Allah brings when the night, when it covers, and the day when it does this, meaning two opposite things. Whereas here, if we say as means to go away, when the night goes away or leaves, then these two ayat basically have the same meaning. While if you say that the as here means that they go when it comes in, when the night comes in and becomes dark, then the ayat have two separate meanings, and this is what seems to be more correct to Ibn Kathir. Innahu laqawlu rasulin kareem. Innahu, here referring to the Quran. Innahu, indeed it, right? Laqawlun. This lam is a lam of emphasis. It is a statement of rasulin, of a messenger. It is a statement of a messenger, kareem, noble, of a noble messenger. This speech that you're hearing, this Quran, is the statement of a noble messenger. The quwwatin, the, as we said, is from the asma al-khamsa. When it becomes majroor with a ya. The quwwatin. The means the possessor of or the companion of, and quwwa we know means power. It means power. The possessor of power, the companion of power, right, of strength. Inda, with dhil arsh. With dhil arsh. With the companion of the arsh, the companion of the throne. Right, the companion of the throne. Makin. Now, makin here means strong. From mim, kaf, noon. Means to be strong and to establish and to be secure. So, the quwwatin is makin, is a question here. Is it a sifa of al-arsh? A sifa of dhil arsh? Or is it a sifa of the quwwa, therefore being a sifa of Rasul? So is it a sifa of Jibreel? Because number one, this messenger that we're talking about here is Jibreel, the one that brought the Quran to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Innahu laqawlu rasulin kareem is a statement of a noble messenger, meaning Jibreel. The Quwwatin, possessor of strength. That's talking about Jibreel. Inda dhil arsh, with the possessor of the arsh, the Lord of the throne. Makeen. So again, Makeen, this word Makeen, strong and established. Is it referring to the arsh? Because they're both majroor. Or is it referring to dhil arsh, meaning Allah Azza wa Jal? And the here is majroor with the ya. Or is it referring back to Rasul, right? Allah knows best. It seems to be an attribute of Jibreel. But I'm sure that if you look in the tafsir, you could find different people saying it could be referring back to all three of these, right? Either way it goes, Allah, this messenger is strong and firm and established, Jibreel, as well as Allah Azza wa Jal, right? And as well as the Arsh, right? All of them have this attribute, right? Muta'in, Thamma Amin. Muta' coming from ta waw a ain, meaning from the word ta'a, obedience. Muta', he is obeyed. This angel, this messenger, this noble messenger, right? He is obeyed. Thamma. Thamma, we want to make sure that we don't confuse it with thumma. Thumma means then. Thamma with a fatha means there. Like over there. In that place. Muta'in thamma. Meaning he's obeyed there in the heavens. Meaning all the other angels obey him. In English we say he's an archangel, right? He's one of those angels that are the higher up angels that have more status, and all the other angels obey him. Muta'in thamma. He's obeyed there, meaning in the heavens. Amin. He is trustworthy. Right? He is trustworthy. He's not going to bring anything other than what Allah told him to bring to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's going to bring it to the right person. Unlike the Shias who say he made a mistake and brought it to Ali. Or brought it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he should have brought it to Ali. He's not that. He's Amin. He's trustworthy. He's going to bring the message from Allah as it came, without adding, without taking away, and to the right person. وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ. وَمَا, and he's not. صَاحِبُكُمْ, your companion. Your companion. Allah Azza wa Jal is calling the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam your companion here, talking about the people of Quraysh. He's your companion, meaning you guys known him your whole life. 40 years before he claimed prophethood, you guys trusted him, put your wealth in his house because you knew he would take care of it while you were gone, and so on and so forth. You guys called him Amin. You let him put the black stone in place. You let him be the one to make the decision to put how the black stone would be dealt with. All of this. This is your sahib. وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ. And your companion, he is not crazy. Majnoon, from jinn, noon, like the word jinn. He has a jinn in him. Majnoon, he's crazy. He's got the jinn in him. Right? The Prophet ﷺ is being referred to here as the basically not being crazy, and also that he is the most intellectual and complete person that you guys know. So why are you calling him crazy? Right? وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ بِالْأُفُقِ الْمُبِينِ. وَلَقَدْ, lam is emphasis. Qad mean that it did happen. When it comes before a past tense verb, it means for sure it did happen. وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ, he saw him. Ra'ahu, this was originally ra'a, but because of the pronoun here, then the alif maksura became an alif mamduda, and since we don't really write it like that, we dropped our alif in order to just have our hamza. Ra'ahu, he saw him. Bil ufuqil mubin, on the clear horizon. Mubin is clear, like the word bayan, bayan, right? Baina, it's clear. Ufuq, ufuq from alif, fa, qaf means horizon. And the word afaq is plural. Afaq, the horizons. Here, ufuq. He saw him on the clear horizon, meaning the Prophet ﷺ saw Jibreel as he was with 600 wings on the horizon. وَمَا هُوَ عَلَى الْغَيْبِ بِضَنِينٍ. وَمَا هُوَ, and he is not عَلَى الْغَيْبِ, meaning upon the unseen. بِضَنِينٍ, right? Dhanin coming from Dad Noon. Dad Noon. Dad Noon meaning here to be neglectful or stingy, right? To be stingy or neglectful or to withhold something, right? He's not going to be that way. He's not going to be that way with the ghaib, meaning with the revelation that is sent to him. He's not going to withhold something from you. Rather, he's going to convey it as he was ordered to convey it. وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Here this huwa is not referring back to the Prophet ﷺ, but referring to the qawl. وَمَا هُوَ, and it is not a statement of the accursed or rejected shaitan. وَمَا هُوَ qawl, and it is not a statement. Shaitan rajim, mudaf mudaf ilayh. It's not a statement of shaitan. فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ. فَأَيْنَ, so where? تَذْهَبُونَ, where are you going to go? Where are you going? Allah Azza wa Jalla is asking you, where are you going? After all of this has been made clear to you, where are you going to go on a path which is clearer than this path? Which path can you take that will be clearer than this path that you have been given? Meaning the Quran and the Sunnah. فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ. إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا ذِكْرٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. In, it means it is only, like a negation here. This means here like a negation. It is not. And we can see that because of in, when it comes with illa behind it, in means ma. Ma huwa illa dhikrun lil alameen. That's what it means. We say in, but it has the meaning of ma. It is not except a dhikr, a reminder, lil alameen, for all the worlds. This Quran, for all of creation, is a reminder for all of creation. Liman sha'a minkum an yastaqim. Liman, for whoever. Li is for. Men, for whoever. Sha'a, whoever wishes. Minkum, from amongst you. An yastaqim. An yastaqim, to be upright. Like the word siratul mustaqim, to be straight and forward and upright. To not have any crookedness. You want to have istiqamah. You want to have this uprightness, this steadfastness. Whoever wants to have this steadfastness, then this Quran is a reminder for him. وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ, and you will not wish. You guys will not wish. Tasha'una, the plural of tasha, right? Yasha, the present tense. وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ, and you will not wish. إِلَّا, except, أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ, except that Allah wishes. Rabbul Alameen, the Lord of all creation. Meaning you can't do anything. You will not be guided. You will not even want to be guided except if Allah wishes for you to be guided. Whoever Allah guides, none can misguide. And whoever He leads astray, none can guide. Right? So you can't even wish or want to be guided except if Allah wants that for you. This is the meaning of these ayat. Is there any questions about what we read?
No.
Any of the words, where they come from, the root of them, or anything like that we might have skipped over too quickly. But I think we've been over them and they're kind of common, most of them, so that's why I didn't do so. If I skipped over it, it's because it's a common word to the Muslims. Allah knows best, in the English-speaking language even. طيب. The i'rab of these ayat. Allah Azza wa Jalla says in ayat number 14, Alimat nafsum ma ahdarat. A person will know or a soul will know on that day what it has brought forward, what it has brought. Alimat is a fil madi, it's a past tense verb. Mabni ala fatha, dhahira. The ta is a ta ta'nith as-sakina, letting us know that the fa'il is feminine. Nafsun is your fa'il. The word nafs, soul, is feminine. That's why we have the ta ta'nith. And it is the fa'il here, marfu' with a dhamma dhahira. Ma is a ismu mawsul, and it is a position of being mansub maf'ulun bihi. Right? Alimat nafsun ma. A soul will know what. Right? Ahdarat. Ahdarat is a past tense verb. Fil madi. Mabni ala fatha. And the ta is a ta ta'nith sakina. The fa'il is mustatir. It's hidden. Taqdiruhu hiya. It is meant to be hiya and is referring back to the nafs. Right? فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالْخُنَّاسِ. Fa is a isti'nafiyya, something showing us that it is continuing. La is a la an-nafiya. And it's a nafiya, but here it represents tawkeed. It represents emphasis. Right here it represents emphasis. Uqsimu is a fil mudari, marfu' with a dhamma dhahira. And the fa'il is a damir mustatir. It is a hidden pronoun. Taqdiruhu ana. And we know that from that alif. Ana. I swear. Bil khunnas. Ba is a harf jar. Khunnas is ismu majroor with a kasra dhahira. Any questions? Al-Jawaril Kunnas. Al-Jawar is a sifa of Khunnas. Right? These things that are moving, are retreating. Right? Al-Jawar. It is majroor. And the sign of it being majroor, right, is a kasra muqaddara. Right? What do you mean muqaddara? I see a kasra here, right? But we said that the original word is jawari. And the ya has been dropped here. The ya has been dropped, right? Due to the fact that if we were to say jawari, right? And then if we had a kasra here, which we won't, because we said it's difficult. There's a thaqal here. There's a thickness on the tongue. Jawari. It's difficult to say. So we would not have the sukoon there. The kasra there. And then what happens after that? We have kunnas. We have a sukoon on our lam. So we would have, if we wrote our ya, we would have two sukoons next to each other. So therefore this ya has been dropped in order to, right, prevent the two sukoons from being next to one another. However, if it was there, even if it was there, the kasra would be considered muqaddara, because we wouldn't be able to write it because of the thaqal, the thickness and the heaviness on the tongue. Al-kunnas is a siffa for khunnas. It is another sifa for kunnas, and it is majroor, in agreement with it, with the kasra dhahira. Any questions about what just took place?
I would have said the aleph was the sign of it.
The aleph, what
I
aleph?
know the word. And the wow.
Yeah, well, that would be just part. That would just be inside of there. But it's majroor like this. So normally you would look and say it's majroor with that, but we have to know that there is a letter missing. That ya is missing, right? And if we wrote the ya, then, like for instance, uqsimu bil jawari. Here, if we didn't put anything after it, we put a period. Uqsimu bil jawari. We say bil because this is a sifa of khunas, for example. Jawari. It's majroor with a kasra muqaddara. Why? Because of the ya. It's difficult, it's thick to pronounce it. But here, the ya has been dropped because of the iltiqa sakinain, the meeting of the two sukoons. And even still, it would still be muqaddara because, that's what it would be like if it wasn't written. Or if it was written. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا عَسْعَسْ wa is a harfu atf, a connecting letter, and it is going back to khunnas, right? He's swearing by khunnas and al-layl, or this could be waw al-qasam, and in this therefore is still majroor. Either way it goes, they're both because this, if it's going back to bil khunnas because of the swearing, then it has to go back to khunnas. It can't be. No, it can be. I'm sorry. If it's wal layli, he's swearing by the night, then it's going to be majroor because of the waw al qasam. If we say wow, here's a waw al atf, then it's taking it back to bil khunnas, and it's majroor because of the ba. Either way it goes, it's the same meaning. Just where does it go back to, right? Ida as ida is a dharf zaman. Here it is mabni ala sukoon, but in a position of being mansoob because all the roof are mansoob. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Asa is a fil madi mabni ala fatha dhahira. Wasubhi wow is harfu atf or the qasam. Either way it goes. If it's a qasam, then it's subhi is majroor because of the wow. If it's a wow atf, then it's taking me back to khunnas, right? And it's majroor with this ba. No problem. Alright? Wasubhi idha tanaffas. Idha is a dharf zaman, mabni ala sukoon. You have a sukoon on that second alif, right? But, or on the alif, this is a hamza. On the alif, you have a sukoon, but it's in a position of being mabni because, or mansoob, because all the roof are mansoob. Tanaffasa is a past tense verb, fil madi, mabni ala fatha dhahira. Inna is a harf nasikh wa nasib, yufid at-tawkid. It is a letter which shows us that something is emphasized, right? Making what's after it mansoob, making the mubtada mansoob and the khabar marfu'. Who is a damir muttasil, an attached pronoun, mabni ala dhamma, fi mahal al-nasb, ismu inna. It's in a position of being mansoob because it is ismu inna. Right? La qawlu, lam here is a lam of emphasis, lam at-tawkid. Qawlu is khabaru inna. Khabaru inna. Right? So it is marfu' with a dhamma because it's your khabar. Rasul is mudaf ilay, majroor with kasras. And Kareem is a sifa to Rasul, majroor just like it with kasra dhahira. The here is a sifa. It's your second sifa. This is your first. The is the second sifa, the possessor or companion or owner of, majroor with a ya because it's from the asma al-khamsa. Because it's from those 5 nouns, right? Ab, wa akh, wa ham, wa fam, wa dhu. So it is majroor with a ya. Quwwatin is mudaf ilay, majroor with kasra dhahira. Inda is a dharf of zaman. It's a dharf of makan rather, adverb of place, mansoob with a fatha dhahira. The is mudaf ilay. Whatever comes after a dharf is going to become mudaf ilay. Mudaf ilay, majroor with a ya. Right? Dhil arsh is also mudaf ilay, and arsh is majroor with a kasra dhahira. Makeen, if we say this is a sifa of Jibreel, then it's going back in agreement with Rasul, majroor with a kasra dhahira. Muta'in, obeyed, majroor. It's another sifa. Muta'in, obeyed, majroor with kasra dhahira. Right? Thamma is a dharf zaman. We said there or then, like that. We say here, we say dharf makan. It's mabni. Right? Ala fatha is always going to be like this, but here it's in a position of being mansoob with a fatha dhahira. Amin is a fifth sifa of Rasul, majroor with kasra dhahira. Any questions?
Yeah.
وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ. وَمَا, wa is isti'nafiya or atf, it's continuation or connection. Ma is a negation. And here is in the position of being laysa. It's a negation. And when it's in the position of being laysa, like this, then what will happen is you will have, laysa is from akhawatu inna, or in. And in is from the akhawat also. So mean you will have ismu laysa wa khabaru laysa. So here you're going to have ismu ma wa khabaru ma, because ma is in the position of laysa here. It's in the meaning of laysa. It's a negation, right? It's a negation of a noun. Here you got to realize laysa or ma usually comes before a verb. We say ma akala, he didn't eat. And laysa comes before a noun. We don't say laysa akala. That's not correct. Laysa akala, laysa comes before a noun. So here, just like inna and its sisters come before nouns, here ma is coming before a noun, so it means it's in the meaning of laysa. So it's going to have ismu laysa and khabaru laysa. You saying something, Abdullah?
I thought it was what, but I got you.
Sahibukum. Sahibu is your ismu ma or ismu laysa. Ismu ma marfu, or lakin marfu, right, with a dhamma dhahira, right? And kum is a damir muttasil mabni ala sukun fi mahal al-jar mudaf ilay, in a position of being mudaf ilay. Bi majnoon, ba is a harf jar. It is a preposition, and it benefits us the emphasis of the negation. So when we say ma bi, this bi here is emphasis of negation. And we had that inside of the 40 hadith. I can't remember the hadith right now, but it was in there, right? This ba is a ba of emphasis of this negation. Here, the same one, same thing. وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ. Majnoon is majroor after the ba with kasra dhahira. وَلَقَدْ, wa is a harf isti'nafiya or atf, connection or continuation. The lam here is the ta'keed for emphasis. Qad, when it appears before a past tense verb, qad, it can appear before a past tense verb, madi or mudari. If it appears before the past tense verb, it has two options. The present tense verb, it has two options. If it's before a past tense verb, then it has the meaning of tahqiq. I'll write it real quick. Tahqiq, meaning it has actually taken place, a realization, an actualization, or it means, the word escapes my mind, that it's about to take place. Like when we say, قَدْ قَامَتِ الصَّلَاةِ. قَدْ قَامَتِ الصَّلَاةِ is a past tense verb. قَامَتِ. Salah has been established, but it means it's about to be, or it is so close to being established right now. Right? Mudari', then it has the meaning of takthir or taqleel, depending on the meaning. Meaning, it has a meaning of a lot or a little, depending on the context. Here it's before a past tense verb, so therefore it has the meaning of either tahqiq or of it about to take place. I think it's taqrib. I think it's called taqrib. Escaping my mind. But here it means tahqiq. For sure, he saw him. Ra'ahu. Ra'a is a past tense verb مبني على فتة مقدرة. We cannot write it on that alif. That alif, you're not able to write a vowel on it. So it's مقدرة. Who is the ضمير متصل مبني على ضمة في محل النصب مفعول به. It's a position of being the object of the verb, so it's منصوب. رآه بالأفق. Ba is a harf jar. أفق is اسم مجرور with a kasra. ظاهرة المبين is a sifa of أفق, therefore it is مجرور with a kasra. ظاهرة. Any questions?
لا.
طيب. وما هو على الغيب بضنين. وما is y is harf at for استئنافية, continuation or connection. Ma is a negation, nafiya. Huwa, here huwa is a damir munfasal, a detached pronoun. Mebni ala fatha is always going to have that fatha there. Here it's in the position of being marfu as ismu ma. Again, ismu ma, because this has the meaning of laysa. Right? Ala al-ghaybi. Ala is harf jar. Ghaybi is ismu majroor with a kasra dhahira. Right? Kasra dhahira. Bidanin, this ba again is a ba of emphasis. It is also going to make the noun after it majroor, but it is a bab of emphasizing the nafi, the negation. Danin is ismu majroor with a kasra dhahira. Right? And this danin, wama huwa danin, this is your khabaru ma. Right? Just like sahibukum majnoon is your khabaru ma. Right? Sahib is your mubtada or your ismu ma, and majnoon is your khabaru ma. Same thing here. Huwa is your khabaru or ismu ma. Danin is your khabaru ma. وما هو بقول شيطان رجيم. وما here wa istitnafiyya or atf, continuation or connection. Ma again on the position of laysa, being a negation. Huwa is your mubtada or ismu inna marfu, although it is a damir munfasal mabni ala fatha. Right? بقولي ba is harf jar. قولي اسم مجرور with a kasra ظاهرة. Shaitan is mudaf ilay. It's not the statement of shaitan. Mudaf ilay, majrur with a kasra ظاهرة. Rajim is a sifa of shaitan, so therefore it's going to be majrur like it, and the sign of it being majrur is the kasra ظاهرة. Right? And qawl is your khabar. Ma huwa qawl. Ismu ma khabaru ما. فأين تذهبون. فأين harf استئنافية. فأين is harf istifham. It's asking a question. Where? Right? In a position of being a dharf of makan. In a position of being a adverb of time. Or place rather. Where? Where? تذهبون is a fil mudari. Fil mudari. Present tense verb. مرفوع بثبوت النون. The sign of it being marfu is that noon. The wow, where's your file? Your file is the wow. The wow of jama'. That is your file in the position of being marfu. Right? File. In huwa. In huwa. In here has the meaning of, as we said, a negation. It has this illa in front of it. It has the meaning of ma huwa. Laysa huwa. Right? In has the meaning of ma or laysa here, right? It's a negation. Huwa is a damir munfasal, an attached pronoun, mebni ala fat. Here is the marfu as the mubtada. Illa is a particle of hasar, an exception. And it doesn't have illa if it's by itself in a positive sentence, meaning one that is not negated, then the noun after it will be mansub. But when there's a negation in front of it, and it's making it a negation, then there is no it has no function. It does not make the noun after it mansub. As we see, dhikrun, right? Dhikrun is your khabar to huwa. It is marfu with a dhamma dhahira and is not mansub after illa because it is part of this negation. Lil alameen, lam is a lam harf jar. Alameen is ism majroor, and a sign of it being majroor is the ya. Is alamun until it becomes majroor, then becomes alameen. Liman, lam is a harf jar. Man is ism mawsul mabni ala sukun fi mahal al-jar, in the position of being majroor because of the lam. And we don't have a sukun here because of the ikhfa, the tajweed rule of ikhfa, the noon sakin before the sheen. Sha'a is a fil madi mabni ala fatha dhahira. Minkum, min is harf jar, right? Kum is a damir muttasil mabni ala sukun fi mahal al-jar ism majroor. An is a harf masdari or nasib, right, making the verb after it mansub. Yastaqim is a fil mudari mansub with a fatha dhahira after an. وما تشاءون, وما, wa here's harfu atf, ma is nafiya, تشاءون, and we see the ma appearing before a verb, right? تشاءون, تشاءون is a fil mudari marfu بثبوت النون. It's marfu. The sign of it being marfu is the existence of that noon there. Where's the fa'il? The waw al-jama' marfu. Right? Illa is a particle of hasr, and it does not have any action. Why? Because it comes after this negation. Right? An is a harf nasb, is making what's after it mansub. Illa an yasha'a. So yasha'u became yasha'a because of the an. Yasha'a is a fil mudari, a present tense verb, mansub with a fatha dhahira after an. Allah, lafdhul jalala, is your file, marfu with a dhamma. Rabbu is a sifa or a badal, either way, right? It's a sifa, a description of Allah, or it's a replacement of the word Allah here. You could say illa yasha Allah or illa yasha Rabbul Alameen if you use it as a replacement. Rabbu, if it's a sifa, it's marfu with a dhamma dhahira in agreement with what it's describing. If it's a badal, then it's marfu with a dhamma because the thing it's replacing is marfu, right? Al-Alameen is mudaf ilay. The sign of it being majroor is the ya. Any questions?
What is sifa?
Huh?
What is sifa?
Sifa is at a description or an adjective, like the sifat of Allah Azza wa Jal, the attributes, the descriptions, the adjectives of Allah. Although we don't really say adjectives.
Replacement though, ain't it?
Huh? Well, not necessarily. For instance, if I say the sifa would be they're really close. If I say it's a sifa, then I cannot replace this with this. For instance, if I give me a different sifa besides here. If I say, for instance, ar-rajulu at-tawil, right? At-tawil, the tall man. At-tawil here is a sifa. It's describing a rajul. It's not necessarily a badal. For instance, if I said, who gave you this? You say, I got it min ar-rajul at-tawil. I got it from the tall man. You can't say, I got it from the tall. That wouldn't make sense. Because it's only a sifa here. But if I said, min ar-rajul al-malik, for example, the owner, right? Al-Malik, the owner. You can say, I got it from the man, I got it from the owner. The rajul is the man is the owner. So I got it from the rajul, from the owner. Here, Malik becomes a badal. You know? Now, if, for instance, the person's name who I got it from, the rajul who I got it from, his name is Tawil. Like Sheikh Salim At-Tawil. You say, I got it min al-rajul, At-Tawil, from At-Tawil. I got it from him. No problem. You understand? Then it becomes a badal. But normally we say a rajul tawil, we don't consider it a badal, we consider it a sifa. And they're real close in meaning, however, there is some difference.
No.
Tayyib. Inshallah. With that, we finish Surah At-Takwir, mashallah. Let's at least, if we can, read the meanings of the words for, right, Surah Al-Infitar. The meanings. Then we'll do the Arab tomorrow, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. I'm trying real hard every day. I spend about half hour, throughout the day, not just at one time, looking at the classes, seeing how much we have left, seeing how much. I'm trying our best to see if we can finish during Ramadan. Other than that, we have a couple days after Ramadan before I travel, inshallah ta'ala. So maybe we could finish if we don't, but I would really like to finish during Ramadan. That would just be a ni'mah for Allahu Alam, for me, for service in the Quran, inshallah. Anyway, Al-Infitar. Al-Infitar comes from Fatara. Ta, ra. Just like Eid al-Fitr or Futur, right? Like you have Futur at night when you break fast. You have Eid al-Fitr when you break fast. It has to do with breaking or splitting, something being opened up and broken. Al-Infitar is form 7. It's from form 7, right, of Infatara, to break open and to split. And it gets its name from the very Surah Al-Infitar. If we looked up on the previous page, we would see that it is Mudaf Ilay, right? We would see that, right? Surah Al-Infitar, Mudaf Ilay with the Kasra, right? Here we see it appearing in the first ayat, Surah Idha Sama'un Fatarat. So that's where it gets its name from. Allah says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Idha Sama'un Fatarat. When the sky, a sky in Fatarat, when it is broke open because of the angels coming through. As we said earlier, that it would be opened up like doors. In another surah, it would be opened up like doors due to the angels coming down, right? Idha sama'un fatarat, when the sky is opened up. Wa idha al-kawakibun tatharat, and when the kawakib from kawkab, right? The root kawkab. Here is the stars, right? The stars. As Yusuf alayhi salam, he said he saw the sun, the moon, and 11 kawakib praying, prostrating to him, right? The stars. Idul kawakibu and tatharat. And tatharat from noon, tha, ra. Again, form 7. No, form 8 rather. Asif. Form 8 and tatharat. Right? Form 8. Right? It means to scatter. When the stars scatter. Now someone say the stars are already scattered. This means, like for instance, if you have a pearl necklace and you broke it and the stars fell, what would happen? They would scatter all over the place. And that's the meaning of this. When the stars fall from the sky and are scattered. The stars are no longer going to be held in place, as Allah is the one holding them in place now. Allah and His decree that the stars be there, He is holding them there. He is going to, on that day, let that stuff stop, and they're going to scatter. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ فُجِّرَتْ. And when the bihar, we had this yesterday, the bihar, the oceans, the seas, fujjirat. Fujjirat from fa, jim, ra. And this is passive, as we can see, majhul. Right? When they explode. Fajjara Infajara, if you did form 7, it means to explode. Right? Fujirat, to burst, to explode. And they say that they're going to all become like one sea. They're going to overflow due to the boiling and of the heat, and they're going to overflow, and they're going to become like one ocean, explode into being one ocean. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. Ya ayyuhal insan, oh mankind, right? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I'm sorry. وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ, I looked down. I just looked down. وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ, and when the qubur, the graves, bu'thirat. This is a 4-letter root. Ba'ain tha-ra. Ba'athara. It means to become exposed. We had this word before. To be turned over and to be exposed. When the graves are turned over and exposed, meaning what's in them. What's in the graves is kicked out, is going to be exposed. Alimat nafsun ma qaddamat wa akharat. Alimat nafsun. Same ayah, same part of the ayah earlier in Takwir. Then the soul will know ma qaddamat, what it put forward. From qaddama yuqaddimu, meaning to put forward, to present. Wa akharat, and what it delayed, meaning what it did not do. It will know what it did not do. On that day, you will say, man, I didn't do this and I should have did it. I didn't do this and I did this and I shouldn't have did it. It'll know. You're going to know what you did do and what you didn't do. What you presented and what you left behind. Ya ayyuhal insanu. Oh man, oh mankind. Ma gharraka. Huh? Ma gharraka. Gharra. We might know the word ghurur, meaning to be deceived. Ma gharraka. Here's a verb. What deceives you? Right? What is making you deluded? Birabbika al-kareem. With your noble Lord. How are you deluded about your Lord? What is making you deluded? What is deceiving you? From gharra, gain ra. What is deceiving you? What is misguiding you, misleading you from your Lord, your most noble Lord? Alladhi, the one who khalaqaka, created you. Fasawwaka, from sawwa. Right? As we said, could mean to make something level. But here, sawwa means to form something, to straighten it out, to put it in a good way. Fa'addalak. Fa'addalak, from Ain Dal Lam. Ain Dal Lam. In the tafsir, he says here, in this Zubdat tafsir, Addalak, he made you mu'tadil. He made you balanced. He made you in the middle. You got the best. Your neck ain't tall like a giraffe's, nor is it stubby like an elephant's. You have a normal, balanced body. Look at the giraffe with the little bitty head and the big body and a long neck. Look at the elephant with the big ears and the long nose and the big fat thick legs and the body. It's just like unproportioned. You as a human being have been given the best balance, the best just fairness. Your arms are balanced towards your body, right? Your legs have the proper proportion. Unlike other animals, Allah gave you ahsan at-taqweem. He gave you the best proportions. Fi ayyi suratin ma sha'a rakabak. Fi ayyi, in ayyi surah, in whatever image, whatever picture, whatever image, ma sha'a, that he wished, rakabak. Rakaba is from ra, kaf, ba, and is form 2, rakaba, meaning to assemble. He put you together in whatever image he wished. Kalla, no. Bal tukadhibuna bid-deen, but you deny the deen. You deny the day of resurrection. You deny the day of judgment. Wa inna alaykum lahafidhin, and upon you, and indeed alaykum, over you, lahafidhin. Islam is lam of emphasis. Hafidhin, people who are preserving what you do, what you say, what you don't do, what you don't say. Right? فَقَدَّمَتْ وَأَخَّرَتْ, what you did and what you put forward, what you don't. These people, these angels are writing down. There are angels over you. Kiraman katibin, noble scribes, katib, right? The one who writes. Noble scribes. يَعْلَمُونَ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ, they know what you do. يَعْلَمُونَ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ, they know what you do, Abdullah. They know when you sleep in class and you're snoring. إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ لَفِي نَعِيمٍ, indeed, al-abrara, the righteous, from bir, abrar, those people who are righteous, right? They are in na'im, they are in bliss, na'im, they are in a lot of blessings, like the word ni'mah. Wa innal fujara, and indeed the fujar, the criminals, lafi jahim, they're in the hellfire. Yaslawnaha yawm ad-din. Yaslawna, we had this word in Surah Al-Lahab. We had it as yasla, that he will face the nar. Yasla nara, he will face the hellfire. He will be in front of and face the hellfire. Yaslawnaha, they will face it, meaning jahim, yawm ad-din. They will face the hellfire, yawm ad-din. وَمَا هُمْ عَنْهَا بِغَائِبِينَ, وَمَا هُمْ, and they are not, anha, meaning on the fire. غَائِبِينَ, غَائِب is the plural, the singular. غَائِبُون is the plural, but it's غَائِبِينَ here because of the ba. غَائِب meaning to be absent. They won't be able to play hooky. They won't be able to not show up. They won't be able to say I'm sick. They won't be able to hide from the hellfire. وَمَا عَنْهُمْ غَائِبِينَ, they won't be able to be absent from the hellfire. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا يَوْمُ الدِّينِ, and what will make you know what is the day of judgment. ثُمَّ مَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا يَوْمُ الدِّينِ, and then what will make you know what is the day of judgment. There's emphasis here telling you, you think you might know what it is, but you do not know. يَوْمَ, a day, لا تملك نفس لنفس شيئا. لا تملك, this is a ta here because nafs is feminine. لا تملك نفس, a soul will not own or control anything. شيئا لنفس, for another soul. You will not have anything for yourself, nor will you be able to say what's going to happen to someone else or what should happen with someone else. You don't control anything on that day. Right? You don't have any power. You don't have any control. You don't, well, I don't like him, he should go to hell. I do like this person, they should go, but I love my mother, she should go to Jannah. No, you don't have any control of what happens to someone else on that day. Wal amru, and the command, yawma'idhin, on that day, lillah, is for Allah. Any questions about any of the Arabic words? What are their roots or anything like that? What is the meaning of this here? طيب. Inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow we'll meet with the i'rab of this and begin mutaffifin bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. طيب. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.